warmer than it is here. It's like 0. It's like 32 in London today.
I've got an electric blanket here. Does that count?
Warm enough.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Good. So we got everyone here. So awesome. We're excited. So good evening, everyone. My name is John. I'm your host. Here. We're switching the dials and hopefully not disconnecting anyone tonight. And I see we have some of our usual watchers out there across the internet. I like to say sometimes that I'm in Camden, but actually, when you're on the internet, I don't know where I am. I'm like scattered. My signature and my sound of my voice scattered across servers across the world. So that's kind of cool. So I'm starting in Camden and ending up all over the place. Yeah. So welcome. Lockdown continues. So does live music, and we were able to get some great guests on the show tonight. So we have Adam Wedd, who's joining us again from not so far from me, just across a few parks and a couple of hills. So good evening, Adam.
Good evening.
And then Constance is joining us all the way from across the world, I guess. You're 8 time zones away, so that's pretty far away, in beautiful sunny LA, where she maintains her very cool dark demeanor nonetheless, despite the sunshine. She's got the skulls and the darkness, so that's awesome.
I think I have skulls on everything.
That's cool. We like
Even
that.
my
It's
arm.
very rock and roll. Very rock and roll. And then actually, I don't know where you guys are. Andy, Dan, where are you guys? You guys are in London somewhere?
I'm about 35 miles west of London, a little town called Marlow.
Okay.
I'm about 5 minutes east of Marlow.
Okay.
Oh wow!
There it is. The Marlow scene. The end of the high-speed rail that starts in Camden someplace and end up in Marlow or wherever this thing is going to.
So where are you, Dan?
Burnham.
Oh, okay, cool.
Cool. Yeah, so what do I have to say this week? So one thing, our friends over at the Blackheart, just to note that they're really struggling, and they put up a fundraiser over the last few weeks, and they're trying to raise £150,000 in order to stay in business past the end of the month. So I know everyone's getting hit up in all different directions from all kinds of people who need money and stuff. So I all I can say is if you're going to have an extra drink tonight, don't have it, and save that money and give it to the Blackheart, because then we can all drink together in the future. I think that's the best thought that I had. So yeah, they're really struggling. The government's giving out money to some people. Hard to know why or how much, and they've given out money, maybe not enough to places as well. So it's a bit of a mixed bag of help and support. But the Blackheart definitely is up against it, and we've been trying to help them. I wrote a piece on the blog, so if you're interested, read about it. It's a pretty interesting place. It's one of the classic rock clubs. Dark downstairs with cool craft beers, and darker and louder upstairs with a lot of indie music. And on a given night, you can get squashed in there like a sardine and have beer spilt all over your feet, which is just like, I don't know why I think that's such a great experience, but I miss that. And of course, we love all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so
I
they're
miss it
doing
so
a
much.
fundraiser. Yeah, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, Constance.
I was gonna say I miss, stepping on the floor, having my feet stick to all the beer, and smelling like beer when I come home, and other people's sweat. This sounds so gross, but I miss it so much.
It's like that, isn't it? Yeah. And then what else? So this week I've been in contact with some of the venues, and actually there is signs of activity, which is really encouraging. So people are booking into 2021 and even 2022. We have on the site, we aggregate the listings from across Camden, and there's actually quite a bit of new listings coming up. So there is hope that the end of this, it's not going to be that soon, but it will be inevitable that we can go back out to the clubs and stuff and see some live music. So that's positive. Just in the UK, really to get back to like a normal thing where you could go to a real club, packed, that's not going to happen probably till the end of June or early July earliest. but there will be some gigs actually, hopefully happening on a limited capacity basis, even as early as May and into June. So yeah, so you might have a chance to get out and sit next to not all of your friends, but maybe one of them, and have a beer in a seated environment with a mask in your hand. So that actually sounds really good. I don't know. Yeah. Constance, what's it like out in LA now? Are you guys able to go out at all?
We have outdoor dining, which I mean it's sunny here, so that's fine. But about that, there's nothing like we have no shows, nothing going on pretty much at all. I mean, the numbers are finally going back down. It was like 1 out of 3, I think, had COVID here for a little bit. I somehow dodged it, don't know how, but I got my first immunization yesterday, which I'm super stoked about. And hopefully, I'm not a zombie yet, so that's a good thing. And yeah, we can't really do much here either. There's like, I just sit at home and play guitar, drink, play with my dogs and my cats. I'm like, so boring now. I used to tour.
When was the last time you were actually on stage?
Actually, pretty much, what's today? I think I think tomorrow will be exactly a year. It's been the last time I was on stage. I played right before they locked everything down here in the US, because it came here kind of, I think, like somewhat last. And yeah, I'm really sad because I can never say it's been a year since I've been on stage. It's usually like, oh, it's been longest is like 3 weeks, you know?
Right.
So
yeah, it's crazy times. Crazy times. Hopefully we're on the back half of it and we can get our way out of this soon. So yeah. Okay, well, let's get some live music rolling.
Yeah.
Adam, you're up first. You ready for action?
I'm so ready. I have to tell a black cart story first because
Yeah, please.
So the black cart, like it's a little gem of North London, and I didn't know about it till a few years ago, and I went there after the studio one day, and I was looking a little bit like Danny Zuko before he changed at the end of Grease, and I was wearing like a white cardigan. And everyone was looking at me like, who the hell is this guy? But I had such a great night drinking whiskey, and I had a really sore throat as well. And they made this really awesome kind of ginger whiskey, fresh ginger, I have to say,
Right.
with turmeric. And I was like, these guys, they've got their shit together. It was really, so, and ever since then I go back all the time, but I don't really wear white cardigans anymore because there's bikers and heavy rockers and really stick out. But like they're the friendliest people, so it's all cool.
It's a super friendly place. Yeah, and it does have that kind of like, am I in the wrong place when you first walk in there? But then everyone's very cool and nice, and once you get past that, everyone's very welcoming. Yeah,
definitely bring back the sticky floors. Anyway,
hey, I have a little intro clip I dug off the internet for you, so let's check this out.
Ooh.
But not at first. You made me feel so loved, and then you left. I went from so in love to such a mess. Now I'm going under. How I'm falling, and I wonder, how is it that I'm in so much pain? Oh, but you're unscathed. Ooh, you're unscathed. Only just one kiss. How you traveled around the world now. There's not a country you haven't been. How I love to hear stories of all the people, places, and things that you've seen. How we listened to your records, then we danced across the room. I heard your leg like a tree trunk. You said to me, my love, it's much too soon. We're going home, clothes falling off when the butterflies kicked in.
Those are great tracks.
Oh, Thanks, man. I feel like that's my lockdown life right there.
That's good. You're running. You're running. Look like you're in pretty good shape there, trotting around.
Yeah, that route, right? I used to run 8 miles a day to the studio up until June last year. So all
Each
through
way?
the first lockdown.
No.
Yeah, I used to run that route, and then with my housemates, we thought let's make a music video on that route, and yeah, I was in pretty good shape, but now, yeah, I don't know. The third lockdown has got to me. The beer and the chocolate.
I know. I'm with you. I took the battery out of my scale earlier today because it was obviously broken.
Amazing. Cool. That's cool.
What was
Thanks,
that
Mike.
crazy
That's
tube
really cool.
station you were in all the crazy patterns?
That is that's Canary Wharf.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a really cool art exhibition there. There's like an Alice in Wonderland thing, and loads of artists have done stuff. We actually got in trouble doing that because we probably shouldn't have been
Right, you're
filming
not
there. There was
meant
no
to.
one there.
Right.
Yeah, but it's worth it for the sake of art. So
That was
yeah,
cool. That was cool.
yeah,
Because in London they have a lot of the tube stations have weird stuff in it, but that would be way too much to be walking through in a commute. You'd be like
yeah, exactly.
completely
Well, I
disoriented.
think Canary Wharf. Every time I go there, it's always quite a while in between because it's usually bankers that work there, and but they always like spend a whole load of money on something else. And this tunnel was the newest thing, I think, and it's just amazing. They have this whole roof garden, and yeah, after lockdown, if you're in Canary Wharf, check it out. It's very cool.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, thanks for that. Yeah. So we can chat a little bit more, but why don't we get a few songs going first? Get the sound of music
Yeah.
flowing.
Sounds good. How do you want to do it? Should I play a song and then I'm going to take my
Yeah.
headphone out just because it?
Yeah.
I
Well, yeah.
can't
Why don't you
hear
play
it.
a song and come back and then we can have a little chat.
Perfect. Like, I'm going to get in the zone. I'm joking. Okay. Cool. This song is called Pixie Queen, and yeah, it goes a little bit like this.
Ooh, yeah. Yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. Your skin's like the whitest snow and it tastes so sweet. No one else has made me feel complete. Girl, you smell like home. Don't face the world alone. You're my pixie queen. You got the sweetest soul set free. We'll see things unseen. You're my pixie queen. Don't go. No one knows what you're hiding underneath those clothes. When you speak's like poetry when it meets prose. Remember the night I bought you that Spanish rose. Don't face the world alone. Oh, look at how we've grown. You're my pixie queen. You've got the sweetest soul set free. We'll see things unseen. You're my pixie queen. Don't go. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Met your ex in a bar the other night. He got so drunk, tried to start a fight. You said, don't worry about that, my dear. You got so much more going for you, no need to fear. Tomorrow morning we'll wake up and make love.
make an omelette in the kitchen, go to the £1 store. Oh, look at how you've grown. Don't face the world alone.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Thank you. Thanks for listening. Was it okay?
Yeah, sound good. Sound good.
Yeah.
Your voice always sounds
Thanks,
great.
man. So I wanted to start off in my career by like writing songs so I could play in places like the Black Heart and like the Camden Underworld and like heavy metal songs. But then I open my mouth and there's just this like
That's not what
pop
came out.
voice comes out. Yeah, so that's the way it is. And the amount of times I tried to play venues and they're like, "Nah, you're not heavy enough." I'm like, "Damn it."
I wanted to be heavy, it just not the way it worked out.
Yeah, exactly. But there you go.
Nice.
I've got
But
some wine.
so what have you been up to lately?
We moved house this last week, so it's been kind of mad. Before that, I've been just writing so many songs and with so many different people, different genres, and it's been really fun. And I can kind of live vicariously a little bit because some of the genre is rock, kind of rock pop. So that's been fun. Just really, I can really relate to what the rest of the guys were saying about playing live, and it's obviously a massive hole. It's been about 12 months to the day since I've played live as well. So I figured if Kylie Minogue can learn how to use Logic and produce music, then maybe I can do it. So I've been learning how to produce, and it's been really fun.
She inspired you. That's nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I know, it's unexpected.
But yeah, I've been getting notes from you across the last few months about new songs and new projects and stuff. So you're actually pretty busy.
Yeah, I've been so busy, and I've been working with a guy from The Voice called Alan Chan, Chinese British guy. He's such a character. You know, you come across people sometimes and you think, I don't know what you did before music, but you were born to be on a stage, because he's one of these people. He must have come out the womb like singing, like and he's just a real character. And he turns up to my house, brings food, and we chat about life, and then we just write really powerful, heavy kind of rock pop songs. So I've been working with him a lot, and we've got lots of stuff
what's
coming
the
out.
idea with those songs? Is that you'll sing them, or you'll give them out to other artists?
Other people, I think, because it's just really fun, like helping other people tell their stories. And there's a friend of mine who lives in Pittsburgh, and she's a lyricist, so we've had a bit of like a Elton John, Bernie Taupin thing going on. She's written some lyrics, and I write the music, and
cool.
we've got a few projects together, and just kind of stretching myself, if you like, because I love playing live, but I haven't really managed to get on well with the live stream thing. And I think this was your live stream was maybe the second or third I did, and it's absolutely amazing. But I feel more nervous than standing on a stage. There's no energy. It's just you're playing into your pillow. It's like it's a weird thing. Not to scare. I don't want to scare from all the guests. You guys be all nervous now to play it. It's actually really easy. No. Everyone does it. Don't worry. Mate, you're so nice. You have a friendly face. You give me a T-shirt. You know, like if I want to play a live stream for anyone, I'm not just saying this. It would be you. So thank you for having me.
That's great. That's great. Well, that's a great segue into your next song. What do you got next for us?
Yeah, let me have a look. I'm working on a lot of stuff, and it's always that challenge with things like this. I'm like, should I give something new, something work in progress? And let me have a look at what we have. I will do. This is a new song that I wrote with a friend of mine. I met him as a runner in a studio, and then I watched his career as he started engineering on some really cool records, and we wrote this song together. And we wrote it actually before, we wrote it a year and a half ago, but it feels really relevant. So I'm going to play it. It's called Richest Times, and it's kind of nostalgic, and it's about those times when your life moves on and you don't really get time to say goodbye to the people because you didn't realize it was going to move on. So it's about, how you process that. And I wrote this with my friend Aaron Knight. He makes T-shirts and stickers, and it's called Night Mode on Instagram, but he's a really clever guy, and really great with synths if you need some synth or mixing action. This is called Richest Times, and it goes a bit like this.
I remember when we were young, playing games of make-believe. Long summers of having fun, with dreams of what could be. Laughed so much that our bellies ached, such a simple time. Exchanging words and I realized I'll never say goodbye. I looked out the window, and what do I see? I see a whole city overshadowing me. I can't remember the last time we were free. Those were the richest days, the richest days that we had. We used to spend all our days drinking by the sea. Most people would travel the world to see what we would see. You know I don't have much, but these pictures in my head. As we talked, then I realized it's what we feel instead. I look out the window, what do I see? I see a whole city overshadowing me. I can remember the last time we were free. Those were the richest times, the richest times that we had. The richest times, the richest times that we had. Sometimes in my mind I think, what if I stayed where I was? But then we wouldn't move on, and the best is yet to come.
Thanks very much.
Caught me off balance on the end of that song.
That's right. Surprise!
Good one.
Just out. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
I want to phrase my comment right, but I'm not sure. So I find your songs like they make me think about like things I don't normally think about. I don't know if that makes any sense. Good. Like you trigger like a different set of thoughts in my head than usual.
Like cleaning the bathroom or taking out the trash or something. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Like household chores. No, I'm joking.
No,
Thanks-
I think
thanks for
like
saying that.
you're into like some interesting emotional space on a lot of your songs, and that's what I meant to say. I'm a writer. I'm supposed to
Thanks,
write
man.
things more intelligently than what I just said.
No. I know what you mean. That's really cool to hear because that's what I set out to do. Like I think everyone writes songs about love and sex and breakups, and don't get me wrong. Like I'm
Those are good
learning how
topics.
to
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Yeah, they're hot topics, and it's great fun. But it's fun to try and work at things from a slightly different angle. So there's another song I'm going to play in a bit called One Kiss, and it's about falling in love with your best mate. And again, it's completely unexpected, like the end of that last song. But it is more of a love song.
But
Yeah,
I was thinking also of that song you released. Was it over the summer, or maybe almost a year ago? The one about just the very heavy song about depression, which
Oh yeah, woohoo! Yeah.
that was a heavy song, but it was, I think not a lot of people would go there for that kind of stuff.
Do you know what happened with that song? It was really weird. So my friend, she sent me a whole bunch of lyrics on WhatsApp, and in the studio when it was quiet, I put some music to them because sadly her uncle he took his own life, and it is really sad.
Yeah.
And and I didn't really feel the song emotionally because I was really happy. I was running to work every day to the studio, but yeah, I sort of. I did a melody. I wrote a melody for these lyrics, and then we released the song. But then because of lockdown and not being able to play live, I know like a lot of people globally, like I really struggled with my mental health, and then I started to I listened to that song and I was like, oh, this is really good. It's really describing that feeling, and it's really weird. So it's the first time I've ever written a song where I wasn't feeling the emotion, but now I listen back and I'm really proud of it. We've got a video for that coming out in a month or so, which we did recently.
That's a great track. It's a great track, and it's definitely one you sit down and you're like, it brings up a lot of different thoughts about things you kind of put away someplace.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. I feel like it is a great song, but I'm trying to work on some party songs right now for June, July.
Yeah,
when we're out again.
Please. Yeah, we need some songs for whenever we can go out again. And
yeah,
definitely.
So that's my plan. Oh, thanks for saying that. That means a hell of a lot, and I'll pass it on to Melissa as well, who I wrote it with.
Cool. Okay. What do you got next?
Another song. Okay, I will play. I'm not going to play that song because it's a piano song.
right.
But I will.
And we built it up so much that we're disappointing at this point. Wait for the video.
It will. Yeah, exactly. But this song it's called One Kiss, and I was a bit cheesed off because I wrote this song and I'm really proud of it. And then I found out that Dua Lipa has a song called One Kiss, and it's really good. And then, even more annoying, like a week before or after this comes out, Noel Gallagher does a song with Imelda May, and it's called Just One Kiss. I'm like, well, there's just no point. Everyone go home. But no, I'm joking. They're all really great songs too. And that fell out. But yeah, I'm really proud of this song, and it's a storytelling song about accidentally you have a best friend and you fall in love with them. You don't realize that love is what it is, and it's describing that feeling, I guess. I'll play it for you. It's the best thing. This is what I do at gigs. I just talk and I ramble. Then might get a heckle, and then we have banter.
We're not going to heckle you or
then
throw anything at you, but I'll push you along if you start rambling.
Digital protection. I can't get any tomatoes thrown at me today. Anyway, this is One Kiss, and I hope you like it. Okay.
In a crowded room I met you. You told me what to do. How you taught me silly dance moves was an excuse to move much closer next to you. So we moved in close to kiss you. You moved your head and turned away. Then you said, don't be embarrassed, I'm just not ready for this, no, not today. When going home, I'm thinking of you lying next to me. So I text you a silly me. Are we starting again after just one kiss? Woo! Are we lovers or friends on a night like this? After only just one kiss. How you traveled around the world now? There's not a country you haven't been. How I love to hear stories of all the people, places and things that you've seen. How we listen to your records, then we dance across the room. I hugged your leg like a tree trunk, then you said to me, my love, still too soon. We're going home, clothes falling off. When the butterflies kicked in, what happened next? Well, is this it? Are we starting again after just one kiss? Are we lovers or friends on a night like this? We've been talking all night until the sun comes up. You're taking me as I am on a night like this after only just one kiss. On the night back where I met you, how the laughter vibe was strong. How we scooted around your hometown with you laughing in my face, turn me on. You were playing Biffy Clyro, put some coffee on the stove. Then we went to get some breakfast, the best of a million ways to start another road. The end.
All right. Yeah. I think it must be better to be too late than too early, because like we all start clapping and you're still playing, it'd just be like.
Yeah, it becomes a bit of a slow clap, like get off
then
the
you're
stage.
like. I've been in the theater sometimes where that happens. Where I used to work in Russia quite a bit, and they're very energetic crowd there. They love to clap, and there was a scene that wasn't quite over, and they all started clapping, and the whole thing exploded. And then the actors had to wait, and they didn't know how to restart the last bit of the whole entire play we watched for 3 hours, but somehow it all worked.
That's amazing. Oh, that's really cool. Oh wow, go Russia.
Yeah.
Oh, they're listening. Sorry.
Yeah, so cool. So thanks.
Cool.
That's great tracks. Great tracks.
Thanks, man. Thanks for listening and thanks for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. It's so lovely to wet my whistle playing live, and I've tuned in some of your shows, and I really respect what you're doing. So it's such an honor to open up. So thank you.
No, it's great. It's great to have you back on again. And Constance, have you been out to Camden at all?
I actually have been.
Okay.
I went to Camden, I think about 2 years ago.
Okay.
Definitely probably one of my favorite areas in London, just because, I don't know, maybe it just kind of fits more me. But it's definitely like rock music scene very much, and even the cafes and everything. It's awesome. I love it over there. I really want to play in Camden. I've never played in Camden, and I want to.
Okay. Well, we'll get you out here. We can help you sort that out.
I know a man that can make it happen. He's I'm looking at him right now.
Well,
Constance, have you been? Oh, sorry, go first.
Oh, I was gonna say I was supposed to do a tour in the UK last summer, but obviously it got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
I was meant to play in New York last summer and a few other places like DC, and that was cancelled. So I do feel your pain, but maybe we can do like a tour exchange or something.
Exactly. Because everyone,
There we go.
Constance, all the musicians here in London want to go to LA. That's like the ultimate destination.
And
It
we
is
all want to
the
go
dream
over
of
to
a lucky-
London.
There it is.
It's always grass is greener, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so let's speaking of Constance playing, that's another good segue. So tell us a little about yourself. We don't know you that well out here in the UK. So tell us what you're up to.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Constance. I'm not an alcoholic. And I've been in bands my whole life, basically touring, hired gun. I used to tour with the Misfits, and they had an all-girls band called the She Demons that we were their opening band, so we'd go on tour with them, which was really cool. And then otherwise, I used to do like TV work and stuff, which I still do somewhat, but everything's kind of like closed. But aside from that, all the bands I've been in and playing with, I'm in a band currently called Cheer Girl, and I'm in a band called X-Teen and the Reckless Hearts. But during this pandemic, I've been kind of had time to do my own solo stuff, which I'm really excited about because I never get to express fully.
You have a new track out now.
Yes, and I just dropped a single a month ago called Ghost Girl, and that's on all platforms. Super excited about that one. I did all the instruments minus the drums. So, yeah, which was kind of, weird because normally maybe I'd have someone else play with me, but, because COVID, you're trying to see as like little people as possible. Yeah, exactly. So, I did all the bass, guitar, vocals, all that stuff, and I wrote it. And I'm just stoked. It's my first single that I've released solo. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Pretty excited about that.
We came across you on Instagram because you're seemingly very busy putting social media content out, which is all good stuff.
Yeah, I recently have been more and more doing kind of guitar influencing, which if you don't know what that is, it's basically you just release guitar videos every day, and
Right.
I'm endorsed by Gibson. I use Gibson guitars purely. I mean, don't look, this is a Martin, don't tell anyone. But I use Gibson guitars, and I might be doing some different stuff with them and playing different guitars, demoing them for everyone. But yeah, I just been trying to push myself out there via online and all that stuff because I can't really play shows. And I would have booked,
Right.
some tours and stuff by now to promote my music, but I can't. So here I am virtually, though. See, I'm kind of playing in Camden, right?
You are playing in Camden as far as I'm concerned. So yeah,
See?
definitely. Okay.
So for my first song I'm going to do, I have, this might be my next single. I'm pretty sure it's going to be. I've been waving between a few songs. A few of them I can't release yet, sadly. But this one for sure, I'm going to be one of my next two singles. It's going to be out. So I'm excited about that.
Okay. Cool. What's your intro? What inspired the song?
Oh, what inspired the song? Well, you can tell by the lyrics. It's very bitchy. This song's very bitchy. It's about a breakup and someone controlling you, and you kind of are just done with it at that point in time. So you just write a song about it.
Okay.
Better way to do it, I guess, than
Sounds good.
yell
Yeah.
at the person there.
Says you always got to be careful when you're dating musicians. You got to be really nice to them, otherwise you end up having to listen to it on the radio.
Pretty much, yeah. He'll definitely hear it. That's for sure. He'll know, oh man, it's about me. Oh, damn it.
Cool.
All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to play it with the track, so you have the drums and everything since it's rock. The one afterwards that I'll play after we talk a little bit more is going to be acoustic, so I'll do that probably by itself. But right now I have some tracks because playing electric guitar by itself is cool, but having drums is even cooler.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what I
Right. We like the clapping.
I like the clapping too. I was like, oh, play a show. It's great.
I was watching some of your videos. I think on stage there's a lot more hair flying, and you look very kind of calm playing that song.
Yeah, there's a lot of hair flying. A lot of my videos and my photos and everything, my hair is out. Like, I have long hair, so it's always out. Usually smacking my band members in the face, and they're always saying something about it, but I don't care.
That's the deal. Get a bigger stage.
Exactly. See, you get what I'm saying here.
I get
Gotta have a bigger stage. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just back to social media, because I think a lot of musicians are trying to figure out like how to make that work for them. What was, because you've done well, and you're investing a lot of time on creating, pretty engaging content and building up fans and stuff. And any tips you might share for musicians out there on how they should approach it?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing you can do is put out content, because what happens is we all end up writing music or playing music, what we love to do, and then we make a video or something, and then you look at it and you're like, it's not good enough, and then you don't want to post it, or you keep going, I'll make one tomorrow, or I'll make one the next day, and then you end up never posting one, or you post one maybe once a month, right? And what happens is that you kind of get forgotten, because if you keep getting pushed to the top of people's feeds, they see you, which makes them go on your page and see all your other stuff. And if you don't even it needs to be something engaging, something people actually want to, comment about or talk about. That's why I usually say something really cheesy before I play. I like doing a little cheesy something or other, because I'm a big goof. So when I'm playing on stage, I'm usually the one giving out the dad jokes before I play a song. Or if someone's tuning, I will give dad jokes, because those are my favorite. But just giving out
an example. Give us one. You got a few dads on the line here tonight, so we can save them for later.
Here's my favorite dad joke. I always say this one. My drum teacher taught me this one. So what do you call a cow playing in a field with himself? I know it sounds kind of gross, but what would you call that? Beef stroganoff. I don't have drums to be able to go, but tis. So bad. that joke enough, I
That's
hope.
good. That's pretty good. I'll tell it to my kids. I'm sure they'll. Cause I tell them dad jokes by accident, and they're always pointing at me like going, "That was." I'm like, I didn't mean to even.
Yeah. But it's the puns. You gotta have the puns. There's nothing. That's exactly what I'm saying with my videos. It's all puns because if you don't think puns are funny, then you don't need to be watching my videos. That's all I can say.
I'm gonna have to go back for your Instagram channel because my impression was more that you're like some shredding guitar player who could also be like a Victoria's Secret model. So.
Well, thank you. I mean, not all of them are like that, but I try to throw in some humor here and there because I feel like it kind of helps as well. It make people feel more familiar with you because some people tell me all the time I look like I'm gonna be a bitch, and I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm just really friendly, and I try to put that across so that people aren't too, scared of me.
Right. Yeah, of course. And I think, but people in general can be scared of kind of high energy women who, playing guitar is like a big area of respect. People say, okay, wow, like, okay, you can look great in a swimsuit, but then you pick up the guitar and actually you know what to do with it. It can be intimidating to a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, it can be. I feel like you just it's a lot of time of investing in myself. So, I like to eat healthy, I like to work out, but I also like to play guitar. Keeping that in mind, I'm not much of a partier, which people are like, you don't party, you tour, you play with all these bands, like you don't party. I'd rather spend my time, being healthy and investing in myself and
Sure.
Working towards my career because I'm very career driven. So whatever I have to do to get to my career, I'm going to do it. So if that means I got to work out an extra hour tomorrow, I gotta do it. Although it doesn't mean I don't like to drink beer and hang out and a bottle of whiskey. I still do enjoy that, but it's about just getting and being very driven in yourself and knowing what you want, and especially with music because it's really easy to just stray away and get discouraged. I get discouraged all the time. Yeah, especially with being a woman in the music industry, sometimes you get discouraged because you'll have people, oh, you're okay for a woman, or, oh, I'm tired of seeing a chick play guitar, whatever, and it's very few that, say that, but there are the few people that do say it, and it's just, sometimes you gotta be like, oh, he's an idiot. You just gotta roll it off, but sometimes it gets to you. But then you just gotta pick back up again,
Good. Where are you from originally? Are you from the West Coast originally?
Yeah, actually, I'm probably one of the only people in California from California. A lot of people in California and LA are from all over the world because such an industry over here, so people come from all over. But yeah, no, I'm from here. That's why I can't deal with the cold weather. Even for me, being in London, it was so cold for me. I think
80 degrees.
I was in the fall.
Okay,
yeah, I went in the fall and I was so cold. I was like, why is it so cold? And everyone's walking around in shorts. Like, what's wrong with her?
They're hardy people out here. Okay, what do you got next for us?
I'm going to change guitars. So this next song is an acoustic song I've written. This is more singer-songwriter style, not as rock, or probably not even rock at all. But I notice when I write music, I like to just write whatever I'm feeling. So at times I write heavier stuff, darker stuff, lighter stuff, sometimes girly stuff. Depends on what my mood is, and I feel like you shouldn't suppress that. If you're a musician, you shouldn't be like, well, I need to write this style. Write whatever comes to you whenever you're writing, because that's part of your, musical freedom. So exactly. So this song is definitely singer-songwritery. This one's a love song, kind of. I was very mad at the guy, but I was still in love with him, so I wrote this song. Different guy, of course. Musician life. You meet new people every day. All right. darkened night.
So is it really that hard to meet nice guys in LA? Is that
Oh, yes.
wow?
Oh, very much so. Very much so. Actually, this song, though, believe it or not, was written for a guy that I was dating in London. So,
Okay.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay, so maybe a
That's
reason to
how
come back.
that's how that
There
worked.
you go.
Yeah, no, not anymore. Mm-mm.
It's a big city.
Yeah,
It's a big
it's-
city. There's a lot of people here.
It is a big city. A lot of people. Mm-hmm. Very much so. I noticed people are very good looking over there. And I mean, people say in LA people are very good looking over here, but I noticed when I went, being on, I was going to say the subway. You guys don't call it the subway. You call it the tube, right?
The tube, yeah.
Yeah, the tube. Just people walking on the train look so nice, just dressed so nice and
Wow. Where were you?
smiling and like, I don't know. From where you're here, you just avoid eye contact immediately. You see someone next to you, just
Right, okay.
you don't know if they're crazy. You don't
You guys
know
are all
what's going
nervous
on.
because in LA you just stay in your cars with your guns all day long. That's like it's a whole different way of interacting.
I don't have any guns in my car, so that's a good thing. I hate road rage. That's a good thing. But I like being in my car for one reason, and that's so I can
Play your
sing
music.
very, very loudly. Yeah, and I get really into it, and I'm sure the people next to me think I have like an anger issue when I'm driving and like headbanging to
But
metal
everybody's
music.
crazy in LA in their cars, so you wouldn't be the only one.
Oh yeah, learning how to drive here was definitely a thing. First day, with my permit, someone almost hit me already. So I was like, all right, so this is how people drive here. You kind of just, let's go.
No,
and
it's
jump in the
hardcore.
car
Yeah.
and hope that, no one hits you. But you just got to know how to dodge people. That's the main thing.
Right. So back to music. So who were some of the influences that set you down the path that you're on? What kind of music were you into?
Growing up, I listened to a lot of thrash music, like Metallica and whatnot. I loved a lot of heavy metal, and then Avenged Sevenfold. I went to the whole pop punk scene too, listened to all those bands. But the classics really stuck out to me. And as I was learning guitar, I started listening to blues musicians a lot because that's really, really helps with playing because they are just so theory driven, but with soul. So it really helps a lot when you're
Any blues musician in
learning how-
particular that you can share?
I love Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay. Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan's my favorite, yeah. I listen to a lot of the other older stuff, but Stevie Ray Vaughan, I think he just had like a feel when he would play that you just can't, I can't even replicate, but it was just, it's amazing.
The guy's unbelievable.
Oh, completely. Yeah, I think he's one of my favorites, but you can combine the two. When I was listening to a lot to Pantera, actually the guitar player, which rest in peace, Dimebag Darrell, but he plays a lot of blues stuff. If you were to dissect any of his solos or anything, it's all bluesy. If you were to put it with like less distortion and slow it down a little bit, it's all blues.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot of the stuff I listen to. And I always told myself that there's not many like iconic women guitar players. So I had to look up to, a lot of male guitar players. And I told myself maybe someday, you can help be that iconic woman
Right.
for girls that are learning guitar that want to play. And so they have someone to look up to that's like them. So they're not just like, oh, I guess it's only a guy thing. They can be like, oh, there's a girl that does it too. This is so cool, Someone to look up to. I just really want to be that for girls out there.
Okay, that's a nice thought. Okay, what do you got next?
All right. Well, my last one I have for you guys. Oop, let me pull this over here. Got too many guitars in this house. Way too many.
Never have too many
Is
guitars.
there ever too many? Actually, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Too many shoes.
So this next one,
Too many whiskey bottles or something.
well, it's never too many shoes. I'm a woman. I love shoes, and I'll
Right.
put that out there. It's okay. Some women will get mad with me saying that, but it's true. I love shoes.
Do you name your guitar?
Uh-huh.
Do you have names for the guitars?
This guitar's name is Leslie.
Okay.
Yes. And I have an Explorer that I love to play all the time. It's black and it's one of those big guitars. And that one's name is Carl. Why? Because he just felt like Carl. I don't know why. I just looked at him. I was like, Carl. Just fits. Some people are like Xavier and fancy names. No, not to me. So this next song is actually, I'm going to play my single for you guys that I just released. And that one is, I wrote this, I want to say, around in the summertime. And I eventually was like, you know what, I'm going to get it together. I'm going to, get it produced and everything and release it as my own solo music because I can't play with bands right now anyways. And I really just want to finally take off my own solo stuff because I've been wanting to do it for so long and now I finally get time. And this song is basically about, in this day and age, you, especially in the music industry, you deal with, losing your innocence in the sense of you can't be sweet all the time anymore. You have to be, kind of a hard ass at times, and you have to stand, for what's right for yourself. Sometimes they don't want to pay you. Sometimes, they just look down on you because maybe you're not famous or whatever it may be. And you got to do things sometimes that you don't like doing. And the song is saying basically, I've lost touch with, the child I once was, and the innocence of being sweet. And now I'm, wondering if I would be better off if I could get back in touch with the niceness, which I guess maybe I'm still kind of nice, but I'm pretty hardened now.
You seem
pretty
nice
hardened
to me,
at this point. Oh, you're so sweet. I don't know. You don't know me yet. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm not that crazy. People are always like, oh, they're crazy if they say they're not crazy, right? I'm nuts. Okay. Let's get this show on the road. I'll get some more headbanging going on for you this time. Before I do that, let's sing Drop D.
In the
in my face.
All right. Cool track. Cool track.
Thank you.
How's the feedback been since you released it?
Pretty good, yeah. Actually, I've had really good responses. Very supportive fans. Very, very supportive fans. They're pretty much someone's always tagging me in it and posting it, and sending me videos of them dancing to it and
Nice.
whatnot.
That must be very fun.
It makes me really happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes me just happy.
Cool. Congratulations, your first single. That's a big milestone.
I know, my first single as just me. Super excited about that, because other bands, you release it and it's a whole group thing, but just me I was pretty nervous at first because I was like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, are people going to like it? Are they not? Just got to do it,
Got to do it. You got to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. That was a great set. We really enjoyed hearing different kinds of sounds with the acoustic, with the electric. That was great.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much for having me on. This is awesome. Like I said, I'm so excited. I finally got to play in Camden.
You're playing in Camden, virtual Camden. There we are.
Yes. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
And I sent you a T-shirt today, so you'll even have a Camden T-shirt that you can sport around LA.
I'll be sure to take some really cool photos and put them on there and everything.
Thank you very much.
Promote.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that. And I should mention also to everyone watching, we have a special on the Camden T-shirts. If you go onto the site for the rest of the week, and you can pick whatever you want, 25% off, plus you get a groovy skull bracelet with your order. I don't know what more you could want. So yeah, so just when you check out, type in 25 skull. You can remember that. I can remember that. And just you'll get the discount and you'll get the bracelet, and then you can send pictures of you wearing that to us, and we can send pictures of us wearing to you, and something like that. Yeah, I was thinking about the whole music industry and the T-shirts, because we spend a lot of time now designing T-shirts, and I know for the artists this is a big deal for you guys, because the merchandise is merchandise and CDs are a big way to make money and support your activities, so you can make more albums and stuff. And I was thinking how crazy that really is, because if you went to the farm and the farmer said, have some tomatoes, but don't pay for them. But if you like them, please buy a T-shirt, right? That's kind of like the logical step that this all becomes in the music industry, which is just really kind of nuts. I don't know what we can do about that, but it's just like, the problem is Spotify made all music consumption basically free. So we all pay for Spotify, or you don't pay for Spotify, and then you think, okay, if I get everything for free, why would I pay for anything? Then the whole thing kind of gets nuts. And then, in LA, some of the big music stars have houses, with like helicopters landing on the roofs and stuff, because they're making money. And it's just, for everyone else, it's hard. So anyway.
Yeah, you don't start making any money on something like Spotify till you hit around 20,000 plays.
That's way more than that. Way more than that. I mean, like any
it's
dollar
a very
one.
Small amount.
Yeah. But some of the big stars get paid millions a year from Spotify, so go figure that one out.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe when you get to the first album out, you will see.
All right, guys. In 1 year.
12 more tracks and you're there. Cool. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Constance. We really appreciate it. Really enjoyed that. Nice to meet you. And,
Very good.
I'm sure we'll find a stage for you in Camden whenever you can get on an airplane, come out here again. And I'm sure we can also introduce you to some other English guys who will be nicer to you.
Please, thank you. That'd be great. Thank you so much for having me on. And I actually have to go to work right now, but I'm going to keep watching. I can't talk, I'm so sorry. But I'm going to keep watching. So.
Okay, cool. Cheers. Thanks, Candace. Okay. Andy, you're up next.
Hey,
How are you
how's it
tonight?
going? Oh,
I
well,
love your
well,
light show
enjoying the
going on
show.
back there. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's my this is just my little studio rehearsal room, and I when lockdown started, just slowly but surely the lights and lasers from the live shows made their way into the studio, and so
Nice.
now whenever I appear, it's all there behind me.
Looks cool. Looks cool.
The guys in the band saying, "Are those our lights?" Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself. What's going on?
Well,
What's the latest?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I'm kind of really grateful for this show tonight because I kind of lost my mojo during this third lockdown. During the first lockdown, I thought, okay, great, I'm going to do loads of music, and
Right.
And I did a fair bit, mostly sort of doing live streaming stuff. And then the second lockdown, I thought, okay, well, let's get some writing done. And I didn't do any writing whatsoever. And I just sort of noodled around. And then when the third lockdown happened, really, this last week is the first time I've picked up my guitar since November.
Yeah.
So,
I can see it's tough. It's tough for you guys.
I just completely lost the will to do it.
It's
So
been really
now,
long. It's been
thanks
really
to
long.
It's been really nice. I've picked my guitar up again, and I'm feeling good.
Right. Awesome. It must be nice and warm now. You've been holding on to it for a while, so.
Oh yeah. I've tried to retune it a couple of times.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get you playing.
Okay, let's do something. Working backward to a time when I was looking forward to my independence from my childhood, but it never happened. My perception gives me inspiration for my collection. From the cradle to my present station, shunting facts around from here to there, alteration seemingly from thin air. How many changes must I make before you care? So much more than what you say, so much more than what you feel, so much more than what you see, so much more than what you hear, so much more than what you taste of the fruit from the vine of life was taken you from here to there. Complications seemingly from thin air. How many changes must I make before you care? Working backwards to a time when I was looking forward to my independence from my childhood. But it never happened in all the complications seemingly from thin air. How many changes must I make before you care? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool track. Cool track.
Thank you very much.
See a lot of pedal action going on there.
Yeah, I've been practicing it all day, and of course, when you get to the live performance, it all goes to pop. There you go.
I think you pulled it off. You pulled it off. It was good. You know, your guitar is your guitar is very shiny, so we can see the beers you've been drinking on the
Oh,
table in front of
no.
it.
Oh, quick, hide.
That's okay. It could be worse. There could be some very much worse stuff than a few beer cans sitting in front of you.
It could, yeah, no. It's nice to kick back.
Where are you from originally? Which part of the country are you from?
I was born in a little black country town called Smethwick, just round the back of the West Bromwich Albion Stadium. And so strictly speaking, I'm a black country boy, but my family moved down south to this area when I was about 5 years old. So I pretty much had the Brummie beaten out of me, and so I'm kind of a southerner, but my soul draws me back to West Bromwich very often.
Nice. How'd you get into music?
It's just something that happened, really. My dad was very musical, although I didn't know that until I was much older. My dad was a head chorister at New College, Oxford.
Oh wow!
And he was quite a good musician, but I didn't know that till I was in my teens. I found out he was a musician because he never played throughout my life. But I've got 3 elder brothers and sisters, and when I was a wee tot, they'd be coming home with the Beatles and the Monkees and the Rolling Stones, and then my brother would start coming home with Jimi Hendrix and Cream and Black Sabbath and stuff like that, and Deep Purple. And so I got into sort of quite what I would say sophisticated pop music from a very, very young age. And I always just remember from some of my earliest memories of standing there miming along or hollering along to songs on the cassette recorder and on the record player.
Right.
And that's how it all started. And I've been in bands since I was a teenager.
What were some of the names of the bands?
Oh God! Nothing anyone would have heard of. If ever you've been to Bulgaria, you might have heard of a couple of my bands out there. I was in Bulgaria for 10 years, had a few bands, had a few hits out there.
Oh wow!
But nothing.
How did that happen?
Nothing that anyone. I went out there for work, and it was just after the Iron Curtain had come down, and I just thought this is a great place to be. So I quit work and stayed. And I made my living busking for the first sort of 6
busking in
months.
Sofia. That sounds like a
busking in Sofia. Yeah, it was great. So and then I formed from that a few bands came about, and we had a few hits and did quite a bit of.
What kind of a hit? Just like a rock and roll kind of hit, or did you put on Bulgarian folk costumes and?
Oh no, very much rock and roll. The rock and roll scene out there is really lively, although very, very small. The Bulgarian and Serbian pop is extremely popular out there, and it's awful. It's almost unlistenable. Yeah. But the rock scene there is very, very, very much alive. But you've got to hunt it down a little bit. But it's there, and there's some great talent out in Sofia.
Wow.
And it was a good experience. I get back there whenever I can, but at the moment can't get back there.
You can't go anywhere. We're not going. None of us are going anywhere. So yeah.
None of us going anywhere for a while. No.
Okay. What do you got next for us?
What have I got next? I've got another oldie, I think. Fought by a jail in the mucky depths, surface breathing, knowing what I wanted. I see the distant shoreline and set a straight line home. And every time I think of you, I strengthen. But the sharks have put tides against me, getting nowhere fast. Seems I'm only going through the motions. And the sharks are closing, looking for a kill. It's gonna take a miracle to save me. Oh, why don't I give up and sink slowly to a graceful ending? I don't see any point in fighting. And now I hear the sultry sirens singing songs of promised love for me. It's more than just inviting. Regretting the mess I've made before and why I broke free. And I watch the wealthy merchants going under. And when I think of you, I know where I must be. Oh, yeah. Oh, why don't I give up and sink slowly to a graceful ending? I don't see any point in fighting. And now I hear the sultry sirens singing songs of promised love for me. It's more than just inviting. And I look back at that Hulk of Foundry wreckage, the mess I've made before and why I've broken free. And I watch the wealthy merchants going under. And when I think of you, I know where I must be. I look back to the shoreline, I say a little prayer. With grit and buckle, get back to my motion. To my surprise, my precious prize, the premium prize. And at the lowest ebb, the tide is turning. At the lowest ebb, the tide is turning. Yeah, at the lowest ebb, the tide is turning.
Yeah. All right.
Takes it out of you.
Yeah. That's almost like a good theme song for where we're all at right now, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the lowest ebb, the tide is turning. We're kind of there now, aren't we?
Well, we hope. And that's the thing about the low point. You never know you're there until it stops getting worse.
Yes. Oh boy.
I mean, your voice is so rich. I mean, I think the your father, the choirist, would be pleased that he passed you something, the ability to breathe?
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess I very much got it from him. So it's something that's I always kind of assumed it was me, but actually it turned out all the while that he was to blame. So yeah, it's just that the voice is something that's kind of always been there.
Great. So what are your thoughts about beyond the horizon when we get back in action? Any plans?
Well, I don't know. I mean, my last album came out a couple of years ago and was met with I don't know, pretty much universal disinterest. So I kind of lost of interest myself after that. Since lockdown, I've been thinking, because I've always written sort of rock albums. So since lockdown, I've been thinking, well, maybe I'll switch and I'll just sort of do some singer-songwriter stuff and use my ever-deepening baritone to sort of do some ballads and do some more gentle stuff, just an acoustic, maybe a bit of percussion, and stick with that. My main instrument is bass guitar, so I call myself a boxing glove guitarist. I just kind of sort of bash away with my right hand and hope my left hand's doing what it should. So I'm really a bass guitar. So I'll get some bass guitar on the album, but it's going to be sort of much more acoustic and much gentler and less whipping out the solos and heavy drums. So right. That's kind of the plan. That's the idea that's formulated over the last year. But in terms of live gigging, I've got a Pink Floyd tribute band, which is sort of was just about getting underway when lockdown happened. So
right.
We're going to pick that up again when things take.
What's your favorite Pink Floyd song?
Once more, my favorite Pink Floyd song. Well, now there's.
It's tough.
Damn. There's some great song. There's a really nice song on Medal called Saint-Tropez, which I really like. Not one that most people would turn to. There is a classic Rick Wright song. Rick Wright didn't write many Floyd songs, but back in '67 he wrote the B-side to a single. It was never on an album. It might have been on Relics, perhaps. A track called Paintbox, which I think is absolutely tremendous, and we do that. My band does that one as well. And then I guess Echoes, probably in sort of in the vein that everybody thinks of Pink Floyd, in the less songy, more spaced out vein. I guess Echoes is a real favourite as well. But there's a lot.
I'm putting together a list of 50 Camden classic albums, and I'm searching for the right Pink Floyd album, because they played when the Roundhouse first opened back in '60, I forget, 2 or something even, and they were the first band.
Floyd started playing London in '65.
Okay, must be '65 then.
Yeah, so that's when they started playing in London. They did the UFO Club, of course. That was their big sort of all-night spot. But so I guess really the Syd Barrett album, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, is probably.
It's pretty weird stuff. It doesn't. Because I was listening to that album, and it doesn't really translate easily.
Into what?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like I don't know. I mean, back when they played it, it was different. But whatever, 50 years later,
it's very much of its time. It's very psychedelic, and it was all about just finding a theme, an excuse from which one could go into a sort of a free-form jam.
Yeah,
and that's what it was all about. But that was the Roundhouse. The Roundhouse was very much was very much a Piper at the Gates Dawn era when that started and Floyd played there. But Nick Mason played the Roundhouse recently with his Sorcerer of Secrets band, didn't he?
Yeah, he was recently. I think just before lockdown, he made it out.
So but again, he plays with his band. He plays all of the stuff up to Echoes, up to and including Medal, sorry. So it's all the early stuff. Maybe you could go for a bit of, I don't know, Obscured by Clouds or... Yeah,
I loved that movie. That was like, they used to play that in New York, like late at night. and the whole
Yeah.
place where everyone was stoned and like they had lasers going everywhere and then playing the music and the crazy movie.
Excellent.
Okay, what do you got next?
We've done a lot. Okay, next is a new one. This one is from my last album, which came out a couple of years ago. The album's called Postcards of Winter, and this track is called Talk of the Moon. It's kind of the opposite of the previous track. The previous track is, things are pretty bad, but they can't get any worse. This one is, I thought things were bad, but actually it turns out they're pretty good.
Okay, good.
Oh, let's try that again. I think I must be getting old. The conversation's tight, my coffee's always cold. I don't like doing what I'm told. I don't rate value by an item that's been sold. My jaded thoughts don't let me down. I'm unimpressed by these new faces and new sounds, but told I always wear a frown. But you engage me, you sing a different tune, and you stole my heart with your talk of the moon. It's not enticing, there's nothing new. For me, exciting is a beer and nothing else to do. You can't convince me, I've seen it all. Neglected and delivered far too soon. But you stole my heart with your talk of the moon. The world is going down the tubes. The politicians fight with lies about the truth. But there's nothing I would rather do than sip a glass of wine by candlelight with you. It made your voice's silken sound, the soundtrack to the same I'd like, shimmers all around. It makes no sense, it makes me frown. Tell me the reasons, they can never come too soon. How you stole my heart with your talk of the moon. You stole my heart with your talk of the moon. You stole my heart with your talk of the moon.
Yeah.
It's all skin in my teeth stuff tonight. Thank you.
Can't get enough. Can't get enough. There's the Bulgarians. They're applauding. Actually, that soundtrack is from Eastern Europe. I think it is from Bulgaria. The clapping.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a Bulgarian.
Could have been one of my gigs.
That's right.
So
Was there anything attached to that, or just you're just throwing so out there?
I was just kind of saying, right. So what's next?
If you'd like to do one more song, we have time.
Okay, that'd be brilliant. Yes, what I would like to do, I don't know if it's out of order under the circumstances, but I would like to do, if I can find it, there it is. I would like to do a cover. It's a track, I've only started playing it recently, but it's a very, very old song by David Bowie. And I just love it so much. And I thought, next time I get a chance to play live, I'm going to play this song.
All right.
So
well, this is
I would like to do this one for you tonight, if I'm not breaking any rules.
No rules. It's just don't break the internet. I think you're not going to break the internet, so it should be all right.
And so the story goes, they wore the clothes, they said the things to make it seem improbable. The way of a lie like they hoped it was. And the good men tomorrow had their feet in the wallow, and their heads of bronze were nice as shone, and how they brought their positions of saccharine and trust. And the world was asleep to our latent fuss. Silence swirled through the streets like the crust of the sun. The Bewley brothers in our wings that bark, flashing teeth of brass, standing tall in the dark. Oh, we were gone, hanging out with your dwarf man. We were so turned on by your lack of conclusions. Well, I was stoned and he was wax, so he could scream and still relax. Unbelievable. And we frightened the small children away. And our talk was old and dust would flow through our veins, and lo, it was midnight back at the kitchen door, like the grim face on the cathedral floor. And the solid book we wrote could not be found today. And it was stalking time for the Moon Boys, the Bewley brothers, with our backs on the arch. And the devil may be here, but he can't sing about that. Oh, we were gone, the real cool traitors. We were so turned on, you thought we were fakers. Now the dress is hung, the ticket pawned, Factomax that proved the fact is melted down. And woman on the edges of my pillow. Now my brother lays upon the rocks. He could be dead, he could be not, he could be you. He's chameleon, comedian, Corinthian, and caricature. Shooting up high in the sky, Bewley brothers, in the feeble and the bad, Bewley brothers, in the blessed and the cold, in the grudge-hungry dark, was where we flayed our mark. Oh, we were gold, kings of oblivion. We were so turned on in the mind war pavilion. Lay me place and bake me pie. I'm starving for me grave. Yeah. Leave in my shoes and door unlocked, I might just slip away. Hey, just for the day. Please come away. Just for the day. Please come away. Just for the day. Please come away. Please come away. Please come away. Please come away. Just for the day. That was great, John. Thank you so much for the chance.
No, thank you so much. It was a great set. Really enjoyed that.
Excellent
Really
stuff.
enjoyed that.
Me too. Had a great time.
And thank you also. I almost missed Nick Mason on my 50 albums of Camden. That would have been a mistake to leave him off.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Actually fun. It's been quite interesting to put together a list of 50 classic albums, because it's not really about the best or the most famous. It's something about trying to tell a story about Camden through these 50 albums. So
Yeah,
the stories are just
what
as
I
interesting.
completely forgot to mention is that during the 80s, I lived on Mornington Crescent.
Oh, wow.
And so I spent a couple of years literally right at the foot
Right
of
the
Camden
door.
High Street.
But it was closed for a while in the 80s, wasn't it? I think the Roundhouse was shut for a while.
Yeah, the Roundhouse was shut. I think pretty much the entire time I was there. Yeah, I remember walking past it a few times and thinking, well, what's going on with
What's
this?
going on with this gigantic building? Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, because I mean, it's world famous. The Roundhouse. It's an amazing place.
Totally cool
So
place.
yeah, but I've got lots of very, very, very fond memories of Camden, including walking into the Black Hat and having no idea of where I was, and being instructed by the patronage there that perhaps it wasn't quite the pub I was looking for.
Or maybe it was. You never know.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I think they figured that I was not knowing what was going on.
Nice.
Anyway, that was a great time. Thank you so much, John. That was
No,
brilliant.
thank you. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. Great set. Great
Good
set.
stuff.
Okay. Dan, how you doing out there, man? You all right?
Hello, yeah, I'm good. Cheers.
Interesting evening so far. What do you think?
Yeah, really good. Really lovely variety of acts, really. So it's been really cool, and it's been nice and casual as well. I was really a bit scared that I'd be thrown in the deep end with all the pros, and then just everyone would be surrounded by studios of stuff. But no, it's been really cool. It's been
Yeah,
really
everyone's just playing out of their bedroom or their
Yeah.
living room or wherever. To man cave with awesome LED lights and lasers.
I know. Missed the trick there.
Well, you have your chance. You need to just turn the lights off and buy a few of those bulbs, and you're in good shape.
Got something somewhere.
Actually, you're not so far away from Andy. You can just drive over and hang out in the studio with him.
I'll be right back then.
So what's going on with you?
Well, music-wise, currently not
Yeah.
a lot, to be
Not a
perfectly
lot, yeah.
honest. I'm trying to do some recording in this well-equipped studio, but it's sort of, it's slow, but it's
Yeah.
getting there.
Yeah.
I say. I during the summer and when it was sort of habitable outside, I would do this outside live stream on
Right.
a Sunday afternoon. So I'm not that good with computer streaming. It's a bit technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, it's complicated. It's complicated. Unless you just put your
Yeah.
phone up and just hit the button or something, which a lot of people do,
Yeah.
and it somehow it actually
what I
works
used to
okay.
do. Yeah, it worked a lot better than my few in here streams. So
Yeah.
it just record the sound system and just do what I do.
Yeah. Cool. What got you into music?
Oh well, in school, really, I used to do sort of stage crewing stuff, like backstage and lighting, operating, and stuff. And I sort of thought one day, I want to try it from the other side, and sort of I gave it a go. I just did some singing. Wasn't very good, but so everyone starts somewhere.
Pretty
And
brave. That's pretty brave. My singing's I could never imagine singing in front of people, so to get across that hurdle must have been a bit terrifying.
Yeah. Sort of realised as soon as I started.
Is that why your hair turned blue? Is that the connection with the?
Yeah. No, I just sort of realised as soon as I got out there, thought, uh oh.
What have I done?
Yeah, sort of been going from there ever since, really.
What gave you the courage to do that, though? What got you to that point?
I don't know, really. I just sort of really wanted to, and I just sort of felt, I'd listened to a lot of sort of, I liked my sort of Black Sabbath and AC/DC sort of mid-teen age, and I'd sort of listened to a lot of that sort of thing. I also listened to Oasis on, the other side of the spectrum.
Right.
And I just sort of thought, right, I want to give it a go, and I just kind of just went with it. I asked my friend, he plays the piano, and he just accompanied me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of the feedback was.
Glad you made it, because it got you on the road.
Yeah. Got a start, made a start, and
yeah, got to start somewhere.
Later,
That's the hardest step. Say the first step and the next step are usually the hardest ones. So.
Yeah. And then the COVID step.
All right.
Which none of us saw coming.
Cool. All right. So what are you going to play for us tonight?
I'm going to do a couple of my own. I'm going to play it by ear, really. I'm going to start on one that I've got in my second sort of demo EP thing, which is on Bandcamp. This song is aptly called In the End, so I'm going to start with it.
Okay.
It's sort of about friends. I sort of really met my first solid, good group of friends when I sort of joined college. I want to say 5 years ago now. How old am I? 5-6 years ago. And it was just a few years later, I sort of wrote this song sort of about, stuff that we'd been through as a group, and just sort of built it from that.
All right.
So yeah. I'll just, I'll make a start.
There you go.
Switch guitar on. I know it's only been a few years, but we've been through so much together. And I just want you to know I'll call you my friends forever. You need to break down, but I will be around to be your shoulder for you to cry on. No, you do the same at the end of the day. I'm someone you can rely on. And we'll keep moving onward, dear friends. And in this fight we'll never stop. And we'll keep on moving onward till the end. The last one of us. We know all of our flaws, and we know what makes us tick. And we remember when those outside the group decide that they're gonna be a kid. Cause I remember when he let you down, and I know she's not around anymore. That must make life so stark. You know life has its hardships, sometimes we're ready for suddenly, but we'll keep each other out of the dark. And we'll keep moving onward different. In this fight we'll never stop. And we'll keep on moving onward till the end. The last one of us.
other eye. We still know that it's never all straight. The long journey has just started, but it'll never reach its limits. And we don't care, 'cause the fun never stops, does it? We've had a hard time, sometimes friendships on the line, but we're all made up and that I know is true. So we got each other's back, something some people seem to like. We're lucky we're surrounded by you. And we'll keep moving on, we're different. We're in this fight, we'll never stop. And we'll keep on moving on until the bitter end. We're the last one of us.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's a very physical style. I'd I feel energized just watching you play.
Oh, thank you. It's a little takes a bit of a run up, but
It's good. It's
Once
good. A
it's
lot of
going,
energy, a
it's
lot of
going.
feeling. I think that's what makes it interesting.
oh, thank you.
What are some of the influences of bands that you try to synthesize into your style?
Well, so obviously after started doing my singing thing, I sort of got into a lot of Green Day, which you can probably tell. And I played a lot of their songs, and I wrote a lot of songs that sort of sounded very, very Green Day.
Right.
But a few years back, I dug into the genre of sort of British country folky stuff,
Okay.
and came across a few artists. One guy called Gaz Brookfield, and went to one of his gigs near me, and just started learning all of his songs basically, and it did rub off. And recently, I'm sort of listening to a lot of Frank Turner as well, and that sort of thing.
Right. Okay.
And so a lot of that sort of getting into what I do. A lot of these have sort of changed over the years, how I sort of play them.
Right.
And it just, yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. I mean, it's good to have something you can dive into, because then you decompose their songs and figure out how do they make that sound, and as you do that, then you start to find your own way out of it, something that's actually yours, right?
Sort of blend. Yeah.
That's the journey. That's the journey. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready for more? You got some more for us?
Yep. Let's go with. Hang on. Yeah, this is sort of my third EP. This is sort of a more recent one. Got nothing that recent. By recent, I mean like a year or two.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been writing at all this past year. It's just been sort of. It's hard to start, you know. But, yeah, this one's called Days Like These. This is sort of about. I don't know. It's sort of. Still sort of getting to grips with what it sort of means. You know, a lot of time I write a song and it means something when I figure it out. But it sort of means like to do with when you go to a place and you've got all amped up about what you're going to do and what you're going to play, and then I don't know, it's just about sort of when you put in all the prep and then I don't know, you just sort of not quite get there, not quite make it, you know, and then it just sort of moves on. It's just another night and it's just another set, you know. and it's not as depressing as it sounds, I suppose.
Good, thank God. All right, we're ready anyway. We're ready anyway.
Right, right, I'll get on with it.
When I wake up on the days like these, I've got nowhere to go. Time flies right by like a breeze, and I can't run, and I can't hide, 'cause this feeling comes from inside. And I'm saying to myself, this ain't all there is. So it's done, got to do my bit. I swear to myself that this time I will change my outlook. But the nights go on and on, and I wanna just sing all the same song. And I wonder why I'm such an optimist on days like these. I feel myself slipping to last, and I must believe days like this will come to pass. When I get home, the night has started slow. Don't know if I ever took all the cars on that endless ring road, but it doesn't matter now. I'll just try again tomorrow anyhow. I'll never stop trying, and I think that that's what's worse. Sits by something to let us as they take the first on days like these. Give myself something to last. Days like this will come to pass. Just trying to be answer. What's the right thing to say? 'Cause I always get it wrong with every attempt that I make. Just give me a reason for it's the right thing to do. Stop hanging on the line there. Can you just give me a reason? And I know that this mindset isn't good for anyone. Some things are for women, most are just for fun. It really doesn't matter if you're applauded or drowned in chatter. But to me it seems the same in nearly every place I go. The ones who really try to push down to the low. The game's gone to a stage, everyone wants to be on top. You're only popular. You're gonna throw a massive strop when you're not welcomed as a superstar. Well, it's coming in forever. People like me can sit and say, well, whatever. I know it should get better sometime, somewhere. Days like this, I wish you just didn't care. On days like these.
That's a really good song. That's a really good song. Yeah, Adam's shaking his head. I'm like, yeah, that's a really good song.
Thank you, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I almost remembered all the words.
There's a lot of words in there. Yeah, that's hard. It's hard to remember to play and think. And I always like those stories when, back in the day, and I suppose the big time musicians do still drink a lot and do drugs and stuff, but back in the 60s and 70s, there was like, a challenge for how much could you do and still find the stage. And the guys would get up and still sing the songs and seemingly got most of the words right. Amazing. Yeah. I'm running out of stuff to say. I don't know. I'm like, what else? What else can I ask you? I don't know. Well, actually, I know. I did have one question for you. Yeah. So, what's on your wish list? If you could wish for something, what's like? I wish this would happen. What is that? What's the wish? I'm not going to grant it for you, but I'm just curious.
That's a good question to drop on someone. Well, that's a bit silly and a bit small, really. But this time last year, sort of, just before COVID hit, 'cause it hit here mid-March, and when everything sort of got locked down.
Right.
And I mentioned that Gaz Brookfield guy earlier. I was actually meant to be supporting him in Newbury, 28th. And it's sound, I big it up, but it probably wasn't going to be a massive thing. It was a pub gig, and it'd be really cool, and it'd be really cool to sort of
Well, no, this is someone you respected his music, so that's like makes it 10 times cooler.
I just went down to the pub on one of their mic nights and said, do you want to support him when he comes in next? So, yeah, so that was a bummer. And then I got stuck with the last gig I think I did was actually Patrick's Day. And as someone who doesn't have an Irish bone in their body, playing in an Irish bar in the middle of London on Patrick's Day.
Right. That's bold. That's brave.
It was terrifying. So yeah, I was sort of looking forward to that to be my pick-me-up. And then obviously COVID properly hit here, and just 2 more weeks. If it could have held off 2 more weeks, I would have been much happier with it. But yeah, I think my wish would be once everything's back to normal, or however normal we're going to get, that I could sort of get that opportunity again, just to play with someone whose music I really really admire.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's what gets better than that. What's better than that? See, Adam's shaking his head. Adam's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, well, we got time for another song. If you want to play another song for us.
Yeah, of course. I got sort of a song. It's sort of a two-song thing. Is that all right?
Yeah, play right through. Play 2 songs. Awesome, that'd be great.
They do fit together. They are a year apart in writing, but they are polar opposites. So one's called Proactive, another's called Black Cloud, and they're basically Proactive is about waking up and feeling fantastic for no apparent reason, and then Black Cloud is the exact opposite, and it's it goes. While Proactive is they're both sort of what I'm gonna do songs. It's sort of I got to the end of Black Cloud because I wrote it basically just throughout the day in a couple of hours, and just towards the end I thought, right, okay, get on with it, just get up,
get past it, get past this, get past the Black Cloud.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay.
Today I'm feeling proactive. Despite all the other things that are dragging us down, on the south of the day I'm not gonna count. 'Cause today we're feeling proactive. Yeah, today I'm gonna get lots of stuff done. I'm not just gonna sit around here on my thumb. My productive mindset is gonna be deployed. Much to the sun's gonna get destroyed. 'Cause today we're feeling proactive. Just dragging us down. Some sound that day I'm not gonna drown. 'Cause today we're feeling proactive. Gonna update my website with some good news. That today is going great and I've lost my blues. Right from tonight, we're breaking more again. I suppose it's alright. 'Cause today we're feeling proactive. Yeah, despite all the other things dragging us down, some sound that day I'm not gonna drown. 'Cause today we're feeling proactive. guitar, arousal and cause new chords and words aligned to rush into my head. That rate of stream of consciousness has been enlarged. It's making me feel pretty good so far, cause today we're feeling proactive. Yeah, despite all the negative doubts and stress today, we're feeling pretty good. And despite the knowledge it's probably gonna turn out to be a mess, today we're feeling proactive. But I know the black cloud is going to come back, cause my mindset is never too good to crack. So brain things start to work up a bit. Before I know it'll be far too late. Stop it, cause today we are feeling proactive. Yeah, despite all the other things dragging us down, cause today we're feeling, yeah, today we're feeling, yeah, today we are feeling. The weekend's been really great, and it came to a fantastic end. Today, for some unknown reason, I'm stuck in another event. I can't get my brain working, despite all the things to get done. Despite all the good times that have just been, productive mindset is up and gone, and everything feels useless right now. Don't wanna stay here, but I don't want to go out. Cause I feel lost, and I feel trapped, and I don't know how I should act. Cause I know that the black cloud has come back. Another day is wasted away, and it feels like I should have stayed instead, because the black cloud has come back my way. Take it 2 hours to make a coffee. Seems I just can't find the energy to do even the most simple of things that help me feel like me. I just want to take myself back to the good times, but my memory right now is like a sieve. I want to start again from last Friday. Proactive, and everything feels useless right now. Don't wanna stay here, but I don't wanna go out. Cause I feel lost, and I feel trapped, and I don't know how I should act. Cause I know that the black cloud has come back. I'm confused, it's what I should do, I don't know where I can run to. The rain's been so heavy this time, just can't see it through. Phone, ignore all your texts, then stay just waiting for the next. There's no time now, there's no use worrying about the rest. The coffee's gone cold, just think of things I wanna be told. Days down nothing yet, but I'm here ready to fold. Do I get it to go away this time? It can't stay forever long, so I consider feeling sorry, and I can try and write a song. Cause I feel lost, and I feel trapped, I think I'm till the shadow of the cloud has made his tracks. Another day wasted away, but I'm not getting caught in that rain. Cause that black cloud thinks that it can come right back my way. That black cloud will not stay.
Right. Man, I want to see you play live. Wish we could get you out on stage someplace. That'd be great to see that.
It would be good. It would be good on.
It'd be amazing.
I just thought it's weird. It's been so weird.
Yeah, you just got to hang in there, man. I know it's tough. I know it's tough. I talk to so many artists, and especially younger ones who are like, you can feel like it's like you're gonna turn the wheel, and then the wheel just got stopped, and it's just really hard for you guys. So heart goes out to you. Heart goes out to you. But hang in there. You'll make it, man. You'll get on the stage.
We'll all get back to it at some point.
Some point.
Give it a couple of months.
And then like we're once we can actually go out and not worry about getting sick, then we're not going to come home.
Yeah.
Be like, where'd everyone go? I don't know. They're all out. My cat's going to be really upset because he's so used to us now. All the pets are going to be calling each other. Where'd everyone go? All right, guys. Well, that was a great evening of live music. So I hope all of our fans out there, people who are regular watchers, enjoyed that. Another good Tuesday night. Best we can do during lockdown is sit around our computer screens with our headphones on, but it's better than doing nothing. So I thank all of our loyal watchers. So our good friend John Atkinson, I can see he's here. So that's always makes me happy to see John, because he's big music buff, and he likes good music, and he loves supporting musicians. So he's got nice words for all you guys. That means a lot. So as always, John, thank you. And actually, John, I'm thinking as we're talking about the 50 Camden classic albums, I need to enlist your support also to help me review the list and make sure I didn't miss anything or didn't add something that makes no sense, which is possible. So yeah. So that's it. So thank you guys again. Great sets, and it was nice to meet Constance from LA, and know that the LA Camden connection is there, both directions. She wants to come here. We all want to go there. So that's good to know.
Yeah.
And yeah, keep rocking, guys. Keep hanging in there. We sent you guys a few T-shirts so you can at least carry on in style. And hope to see you in Camden one day. One day soon. Soon enough.
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
so that's it. That's our show for tonight. Thanks again to everyone. And we're back next Tuesday with 3 pretty awesome bands as well. So it just keeps going, and music just keeps rolling. So try to check in again, and yeah, some more new music, new bands you haven't heard, and I encourage you all to also go check out our Spotify playlist, which we have on CMDN. We have CMDN Chill and CMDN Rock, which has a lot of music from the people who play, and there's 6 hours of music. You can kick back and have a beer and go, wow, that's a good song. I never heard that song before. Wow, that's another good song. Wow, what's going on with all this stuff? So yeah, so I hope you enjoy that, and that's it. What more can I say? Thanks again, guys.
Great.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much, by the
John.
way.
Cheers. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.